World Series champ, two-time All-Star Bobby Jenks. So Bobby, you're going to tell us a little bit about the...
But I tell you one thing from the bottom of my heart, the Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox rival is probably better. On a fan, maybe not on a national-wide note, but inside the stadium, they get after it. And it's honestly, back when when interleague was true interleague, where you play them, only once during the middle of the season. That rival, that you look forward to it because going into Wrigley, or when they come to, obviously a name change, but they come to the Cell on the south side, I'm talking full.
I used to work at Wrigley, and I'd always try to avoid the that crosstown classic. Just don't want to be a part of that.
A lot of the times, I was always ready in the beginning of the game, but I'd sit in the dugout. But that's one series that I went out to the bullpen early. Just to sit and watch the stadium and watch the stands and what's actually happening out there before I'd watch the game. It was an absolute blast, a lot of fun, and that's it. Unfortunately, Chicago series doesn't get the due I believe it deserves for that type of rivalry, but it was something great.
Is there anything you do differently to prepare for a game like that? Because that's got to feel like it's on just another level.
No. I mean, that's one of the things. You always prepare the same, no matter what game it is, and that's kind of the one of the tricks that help you in big situations. Being able to go to a routine, something that that's just comfortable and easy to remember. Something that help you mechanically. So you prepare. No, I haven't been the guys should get a million phone calls, and unfortunately, I didn't get. I've known them for many years, but only played with him for the two that I was in Boston, and but what, I couldn't be happier for somebody. He's so deserving. What's great about David is he's very humble, and it doesn't matter if you got 1 year or 20 years, he treats you the same, and he's just an unbelievable teammate and a great human, and it was a pleasure to have the opportunity. Being able to keep that on the forefront of your mind is the importance right now. Not giving into the big inning. Obviously, sometimes you're going to have to give up that one run to stay out of a big inning. But right now it's, really focusing on getting that ground ball, getting that help from the infielders that, why they're is having that consistency, that routine to go to in these type of moments.
And you were a guy who really was you had a monster of a fastball that just knocked guys out. Especially here, you see a lot of guys mixing in their breaking stuff a lot more. How do you feel like the pitch mix has changed since you were in the big leagues?
I think, it's always been that way. I think it all has to do with the pitcher. I was a power pitcher. I was a fastball pitcher. I was consistent, mid-90s to 100. So, not everybody is, got that in their back pocket. So you got to pitch to how you pitch. You can't try to be somebody else when you're out on the mound. And, that's one thing at this age or this development that I think is very important is, first mechanically, but secondly is knowing how to pitch. Not just throw the ball, but learning how to set up pitches, work in, work up, work breaking balls to both sides of the plate. And obviously that comes with time and development, but, those are things that you can still learn how to do mentally to prepare yourself for these moments.
Stolen base. As that one goes into the outfield, what is he like as a manager?
What you see is what you get. A lot of people always thought that was some sort of gimmick or some sort of act, but not at all. That's just Ozzie, who he is as a person, and a lot of critics or a lot of haters out there. They didn't like it or they loved it, and that was one of the things that I always appreciated about Ozzie is he wasn't afraid to be himself, and him and himself is baseball wise a wealth of knowledge. Him as a person, he's a great person. There's not much. There's no secret. There's not much I can reach for or try to dig down to get.
Yeah.
That's what you see is what you get. That's Ozzie, and that's the beauty of him. He doesn't try to hide who he is.
Line drop up the middle, just past the head of Russ, and stopped by Tatum.
Well, I kind of came up, a little bit different because with the Angels, I was going to the bullpen, and my first year with Chicago was right after my last year with the Angels, and I was a starter. So, in the beginning, it was obviously very frustrating because I always can, picture the moment you don't realize it, but there's nothing better that could have happened than what did happen. Coming into Chicago as a closer was. Something, well, shoot, just being a closer in general. I had no idea how much fun and how awesome it was going to be until it actually happened.
A question I got to ask you, you worked with Dan Cooper. What did you learn from him?
Don, yeah. Don is a beauty. Coop is he's a New York.
The bases clearing double. But right now the focus is on Bloat, making sure that he's all right. 2 runs will score. And the Grizzlies take a 4-2 lead.
That was an absolute shot into the outfield by Nick Kreutzer. And he just, I really thought that was going to carry on out of here. Unfortunate that the collision happened out in right center. Bloat looked like he had a good beat on it. Just not great communication between him and Dickey and Wright.
I think he even made the play as this one's bounced up to Russ. Russ fires the first, and that'll be between him and Dickey and Wright. I think